What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap. Wow. Wow. 38 years old. Okay, and then they wonder why I have so much admiration for King James. 38 years old, still doing it, man. 47 points, all right? 10 rebounds, 9 assists, damn near triple-double, and most importantly, a Laker victory. Man, this is why I can't understand the LeBron hatred. I keep telling people you don't have to like him, but respect him. He's just great. We don't see these kind of players once every decade. Um, Again, phenomenal effort by the whole team. Though Thomas Bryant was sensational as well. 19 points, 17 rebounds. He's been doing tremendous job stepping up since AD went down. Dennis Shooter, sometimes with the lazy passing stuff, but he did have 9 assists, 12 points. Austin Reeves is struggling mightily, guys, still. Patrick Beverly chipped in with 10 points, 14 for Russ with 8 rebounds, 11 assists, and then 11 for Wenyen, 7 for Juan Toscano, who I think we got to talk about a little bit because since the last game, he has been phenomenal, guys, since the last game. So defensively, he's there. That's the version of Juan we wanted in the offseason. So we finally getting it. But storyline here, guys. 38 points for one King James. I'm sorry, 40. All right. 47 points for one King James. And I don't understand why the front office won't get him some help. If somebody shows me this type of elite ball, you have to go out there and do whatever it takes to piece together a good team. That means that he's still capable of leading your team to a championship. No question. And that's what the Lakers are all about. So you go out there, man, you trade whatever the heck it takes, man, all the diaper dandies it takes to get LeBron James another title, man, because he's making me a believer that he can still lead us to the promised land with the right pieces. I'm truly astounded by this guy. He's not slowing down. It's weird. Benjamin Button over here, man. He's going in reverse. 47 points out of this world, guys. Out of this world. Hey, what's up, Randolph? Appreciate you, bro. He said Lakers. HB King, he said more JTA and TBJ, please. Yes. You know what? The small ball crap might actually work with JTA because he held his own against the Conwood today. And he was able to smack some threes for us and just overall just play sensational defense. So it worked out today. However, we're still giving up too many points. I still prefer the size. But, yo, if this doesn't convince the front office to get LeBron some help, I don't know what will. What does he have to do? Drop 80 points? What does he have to do? It's getting ridiculous, man. LeBron James is too good right now. He's out of this world, man. On the road, too, on his birthday. That's not easy to do. Some of those shots he was hitting to the turnaround jump shot under the basket fading away. It's like the second game in a row I've seen him do that. That's not an easy shot, man. Reminds me of one Bean. Kobe Bryant, man. A little fadeaway turnaround jump shot. It was reminiscent of my GOAT, Kobe. So it was nice to see, man. I love it. You love to see it. And again, he's timeless. LeBron James is the only superstar that I could say that seems to be getting better with time. I've never seen it before. All things basketball. Appreciate you, bro. He said, get a deal done. He's 38, playing like he's 23. Facts. I don't think anybody can be against getting a deal. That's good for everybody. Whether you're a LeBron fan or not, you want him playing like this if you're a Laker fan overall, because this gives you the best chance. Yeah, I'd say get a deal done. Seriously, man. But overall, tonight was a great team effort. We still give up too much in 121, but we scored 130. The ball movement was phenomenal. We were knocking down our threes. We were doing all the right things to win tonight. And I got to say, I like it when the Lakers don't shoot 43 pointers. They mix it up a little bit. But then haters say Braun is washed. Nah, man. This guy, bro, listen, and thanks for super chat. I've never seen somebody play this way at this age ever. And it's like, I don't know what he does to take care of his body. He does such a great job to stay healthy for so long. And man, just sensational, bro. It's like we're watching history. This is people don't understand. We'll never probably see a player that can stay as healthy and as effective as LeBron for as long as LeBron has. I don't think we'll ever see it again. The way, like LeBron's body for basket, like he's built like a football player, but like his longevity is astonishing, man. To see, like I'm sitting here, I'm sitting there halfway sick, looking at my girl and be like, oh my goodness, this dude is going for 50 at 38. That's unheard of. That is unheard of, and in a victory, it's not like he's just stat padding. It's during like a victory, right? It's truly amazing. Even the haters had to be impressed tonight. I'll tell you that. Maurice, my guy, appreciate you, man. He said, Rob, do your job. Get Bron some help, please. Major facts, man. Seriously. I don't know what they're waiting on, but we're hanging on by just a thread. And LeBron is making sure, yeah, again, he's carrying again. He did it back-to-back seasons. Last year, there were some interesting rumors around the All-Star break. And what happens? Rob Pelinka does nothing. This year, there's interesting rumors again before the All-Star break. Let's hope that history doesn't repeat itself and Rob does nothing. People love to hate, but I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what's more impressive than hating to me is when somebody says, all right, man, I was wrong. I'll give this man his flowers. When people admit they're wrong, and I've done it plenty, to me, that's more impressive. It shows a bigger person because, you're not lying to yourself anymore. It's better to speak facts than to continue lying to yourself just for the sake of trying to be right. And at the end of the day, man, if you can't appreciate this, I don't know what's it going to take. Look, we're lucky, man. As Laker fans, we're blessed. We've had so many greats come through here. I don't see what this whole argument about, LeBron's not a real Laker and this, and that. That's irrelevant. He's a great, and he's here, which means he's a real Laker, right? So we got to be thankful, man, because if not, we're going to look like them spoiled children during Christmas that don't get the gift they wanted. And even though it's a great gift that, many other children wish they could have but don't have, they throw a little tantrum in a fit. We don't want to seem like the spoiled child, man. We want to be a grateful fan base, and we want to be thankful for greatness. William Scott says, second largest media market, but not willing to spend that money on a team. I don't think it's a money issue, man. I really don't, William. I think the Lakers really, they have insecurities, man. I think there's people within the organization, like Magic stated, that are pulling Jeannie one way and people pulling her the other way. And at the end of the day, indecision is the worst decision because it means nothing gets done, right? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Famous quote. And so, yeah, at the end of the day, man, I think it's more so of just too many voices and more than paying the luxury tax. I've seen them pay the luxury tax, especially when we won the championship, right? But I think there's too many people pulling one way, too many people pulling the other way. And that's a problem for me. Thanks, William. I appreciate you, bro. Mama Mentality, appreciate you, dog. He said, we need to keep TB at center even when AD is back. I agree. And remember, this is something I have vouched for since before the season even started. I wanted TB at center next to AD. Remember that. Matter of fact, in the offseason, when we acquired him, I was super excited because I told you guys he was capable of this. People didn't believe me, but I watch a lot of basketball, even when it's not Laker basketball. I tune in. I have League Pass. I seen Thomas Bryant when he was healthy playing Washington. I knew he was this good. And the best part is very, very efficient, man. Very efficient from the field, right? He almost everything around the basket he makes, unless he gets fouled or he rarely misses shots around the basket. And he has a very nice mid-range jump shot. And from occasion, he can hit from three. So Hector says, Dan, I still believe in my team. You know what, man? I never give up hope, man. If the Lakers make a trade at the 12th hour and save the season, then we might be having a very different conversation in the offseason than the one we're having right now about LeBron potentially leaving. But this is all wasted if the Lakers do nothing, man. As great as this game was to watch, and as great as LeBron is, and as great as some of the role players have been, as great as the fan support has been, it goes out the door if the Lakers do nothing, right? And that's my biggest gripe. Whether you're a LeBron fan only, or a Lakers fan only, or both, you have to agree that it's in our best interest to make a move, even if it's a couple minor moves. But we're knocking on the door of being good. We always are, right? And we're not. He said, y'all have to understand that even if Rob wanted to make a trade today, teams are trying to take advantage. He said, teams are trying to take advantage because they know we're desperate. Again, that's his fault for not making a move in the offseason. Although, be as it may, that might be true, right? But where there's a will, there's a way. If he keeps making phone calls every hour, he'll eventually land something that's beneficial to both sides, right? So I don't buy the excuses anymore. I heard in the past seasons there was trades that he passed on, like for Christian Wood. I don't know how much validity these rumors have to him, but if true, it shows that he's not the brightest, right? He passed on golden opportunities. I heard we could have landed Christian Wood had we just given up THT last season, but yet they didn't want to give up THT last season, only to turn around and give up THT for a worse player in Patrick Beverley this season. Although I'll give him credit, he's been playing a lot better lately, but still for a worse player. So those are poor decisions he's making. Those are, very poor decisions he's making, and it's on the Lakers, man. I love TB's work ethic most of all. Me too. He's so passionate. He's so passionate, and it rubs off. If the whole team had the passion of LeBron, Thomas Bryant, and Russell Westbrook, and Austin Reeves, right? They all played as hard. I think this team would be a championship contender. However, we do have a couple lazy players who take possessions off. There was a play that really pissed me off where Dennis Schroeder sees the defender right next to LeBron and he underhands a pass. It wasn't even a bullet pass. He underhand telegraphs a pass to LeBron that gets intercepted, right, for a transition bucket. Those are the kind of plays we don't want to see. Those are the type of players I don't like to see on the Lakers, and that's unfortunate. But again, what an impressive night, man. A very impressive night, and led by one King James. Hey! He said, Pat has stepped it up. JTA is out there like Mr. Fantastic, hands everywhere. Thomas has a little crazy, and he's good, but I don't trust LA to keep TB or Lonnie. Yeah, you know what? Usually I would say it's a no-brainer, but there's been plenty of players we have let go. Most recently, Malik Monk. So I'm not even going to argue that trust factor. I completely understand the trust factor, bro. And I hope that we're wrong about that. But till they show us, till they actually start building trust with the fans again, He said JTA is lanky. That's very good for D. You know what? And he's very strong. His upper body strength, the way he was able to hold it down when they went small ball, was very solid. He's also pesky out by the perimeter. I really like what he did, man. This is what we were hoping for when we got him in the offseason, but we haven't seen enough of it. He started off the season really slow, but since coming back from injury, he's very small sample size. What is it, 3 games now? He's been phenomenal. So let's hope it continues, because I like my guy Juan for obvious reasons. But let's hope it continues, man, because before that, we were talking about trading him, if we're being frank, right? But you know what? His defense has been phenomenal since he came back, and we need more of that from other guys as well. He said, Dan, do you know why Skywalker didn't play? He was out with an injury today, Hector. He was out with an injury. Hopefully he'll be ready by the next game. We're going to need him every single game out there. Appreciate you, Jose. Thanks, man. He said, I know Walker didn't play, but Walker has disappointed since AD got injured. He has, and we can't really make much excuses for him. But I will tell you this, man. It really matters the combination of players you play out there. It does. But regardless, you're right. Lonnie Walker has taken a step back since the start. Got off to a really hot start. He was one of our best players. We were starting to call him even the third option on this team. But for whatever reason, I realized that when Patrick Beverley and Dennis Schroeder were both combined into the starting lineup, that is officially when Lonnie Walker took a step back. So I don't like that combination. I still don't like it at all. Blink Beats, what's up, my boy? He said, if we don't make any trades, then we will know where Rob and Jeannie stand and or if they're even capable. Happy birthday, LeBron James. This was a statement game from LeBron. Facts, bro. You're absolutely right, and that's something I've been echoing the whole time, man. I've been saying how it's one of those things, man, that it's insane, to be quite frank, that we have a player that's a top 3 all-time player for sure, right? That's not even debatable. Um, and he chose our franchise, came here, helped deliver a title, even with pushback from some, diehard Laker fans. Won most of us over. Still have some that they haven't won over for whatever reason. Um, has carried for the last 2 seasons without many moves made. And we have pieces that can help move to bring back, valuable pieces that he can utilize, and we don't give him the help. Like, it's mind-boggling to me how that could happen. That's very unprofessional. That's very that's not the Laker way. The Laker way is, if you have great players, you build around them. You continue to move pieces till you get the right pieces. And I think that's what has baffled me the most, because I believed in Jeannie when she took over, especially after she helped deliver that championship. Was I wrong to believe in her? I hope not, but I truly did. I believed in her, you know, and it's been very mind-boggling to see how they don't get the right pieces done. Like, they don't get the right moves, right? And there's been rumors of actual pieces that have been out there, like Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, that have been attainable, that they didn't trade for, and that has cost, in my opinion, Anthony Davis injury as well. Right? I said I didn't like him starting, getting heavy minutes at the 5, especially if he doesn't have somebody doing the dirty work down low. Part of it is because he is fragile, though. I will say this about AD. We have learned that he is very injury prone. All right, this year confirmed it. But still, man, you have to do your very best to keep this team competitive, especially after winning in 2020. They've done a horrendous job since then. So he said, "Hey Dan, start JTA at the small forward and play TB more with AD." That wouldn't be a bad idea, because it will give us size, which is what we've desperately been needing. But remember, we had Troy Brown Jr. then. He was working out, and for some reason, I don't remember. I think it was an injury that forced him to start Dennis Schroeder alongside Pat Beverly. And ever since then, they have been starting, which I'm not a fan of. I am not a fan of at all. He said, messed up, especially when LBY has been balling. Give him a team now. I think he meant LeBron James, and I think he meant now, but he said meow. That's funny. He said, can we trade Russ, Nunn, and 2 picks for Ayton? I doubt it, bro. I doubt it. And plus, I do think DeAndre Ayton's contract is extremely overpaid for what he brings to the table. Now, he is a good player, but he's not a great player. He doesn't have that motor. Coming out of Arizona, I think he's going to be much, much better. So, I wouldn't say he's a bust. He's a very good player, but they made a huge mistake by not drafting Luka or Trae Young over him, if we're being honest. Tasia, she says, agree. I'm just waiting for the trade deadline. I just want to know what the Lakers' real plan. Straightforward, no BS. We all do. Tasia. And I think when we get more clarity after that date passes, we will know exactly what the Lakers' train of thought is. Maybe they just want to cleanse themselves of Clutch and LeBron, and they want to trade him away, and they're looking for a reason to do it, right? Or should I say they're creating a reason for it? Or maybe they're just afraid to make a bad move. Regardless, neither of those two would be acceptable, and we'll see what happens. But you're absolutely right. Trade deadline will tell us a lot of what we need to know. Now, they can make all this go away, disappear, all this bad talk. By the way, it's not appropriate how people have been slandering Jeannie. I don't condone that. That's messed up. But at the end of the day, we're all human beings. Nobody deserves to get... criticism is one thing, but some of the stuff I read on the internet, ridiculous, man. But besides that, the the Lakers, they have been a winning brand, and I don't plan on that changing anytime soon. Hopefully, they don't either. He said, I feel like we need a shot blocker more than shooting. You know what? You might be onto something there. If we had like a Mo Bamba, that would solve a lot of problems. A lot. Because shot blocking leads to better perimeter defense. One thing, people that play basketball know that when you have an anchor down low, um, somebody who can block shots, all of a sudden your defense loosens. I mean, it loosens up a little bit instead of playing tight and fouling, or you don't have to worry about running through a screen and the big man not being there to contest with size. And then also, when somebody attacks the rim, they get past your primary. They know there's a shot blocker down there. It'll impact their shots, right? Sometimes, players have mastered the teardrop. You seen how many teardrops Trae Young hit tonight? That dude is sensational. I wish he was a Laker, to be honest. But yeah, rim protection would be huge for us. I feel like our defense is falling off ever since Anthony Davis. I don't feel like it. I see it. Our defense is falling off the face of the earth ever since Anthony Davis went down with the injury, right? Ever since. And so that has to be addressed somehow. At one point or another, it has to be addressed, right? Hey, Dan, if we need to put LeBron at the shooting guard, it's his more natural position. And the reasons why he hasn't been as effective. What? Look, oh, you meant Lonnie. I don't know why I read LeBron. We have to put Lonnie at the shooting guard. I actually thought Lonnie could play a good point guard. I didn't think we needed Dennis to come here. I didn't think we needed Pat. But again, what I see is before we had Pat and Dennis with LeBron and Lonnie on the court, he was doing better. In my opinion, is the reason he was doing better was because there was less on-ball players, right? On-ball players on the court at the same time. What happens is when you have somebody like LeBron who handles the ball a lot, that means everybody else takes a backseat. So does, and then Dennis handles the ball a lot. And then sometimes even Pat brings it up the floor and tries to do something with it. Now that you have all those ball handlers with Lonnie, it kind of like somebody's going to be the odd man out. Lonnie's also an on-ball guy. Even though he can play off-ball, he's more of an on-ball guy. So it took away a lot of his strength, which is creating for himself, getting, in the paint and finishing, and then hitting threes once he catches a rhythm. I think that really impacts the way that, he's been playing lately. But again, hopefully he comes back around and hopefully they find the right combinations. Same thing with Austin. Austin has had a couple bad games now. I'm not too concerned about him because he's a dog and I know he's going to step it up big time, but he even had an airball 3-point shot there in the what was it, the fourth quarter? So yeah, we need I think it was the third quarter. Yeah, we need Reeves to snap out of it because he was very crucial to us as well. He said Gabriel is a key piece to Lakers' success. I'm happy to have him back. Gabriel is very similar to Thomas Bryant in a sense that he has a high motor. Gabriel has good size and wingspan as well. And he's been finishing almost everything around the basket. So major plus to have him on the team for sure. I'm glad we didn't trade him away along with Stanley Johnson. That would have been a huge mistake. Dan, I hear that Lonnie being hurt before AD got injured. Really? I didn't know that. Dan, LeBron with the big game on his birthday at 38 years old with Miss Savannah watching and his mother. What a game. And what's crazy is that if we can just build the right team around him and AD and we get to the playoffs, can you imagine? This guy will go even more berserk once he goes all out. I feel like he's pacing himself because he doesn't want to get hurt, but he's really capable of doing this every other night. Very capable. It's just that, of course, when you're somebody his age and you don't have the help on the team, you don't want to overexert yourself because that's how you risk injury, especially at his age. God forbid anything crazy happens to his body, man. He's been tremendous. So I think it's very important to keep him healthy. Dan, if you're Palenka, what trade do you try to do now? If I'm Palenka, I would have been trying to get somebody like Cam Reddish. I would have been trying to get somebody like Boyan Bogdanovic. If you can give up one protected first round pick for him, cool. If they wanted him protected, so be it. I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna add that 3-point shooter. It's gonna open up the court tremendously, especially when AD gets back for LeBron and AD. And then, I'm going out and I'm asking what the asking price is for somebody like Mo Bamba, right? If we could add that size, even though I wasn't huge on him before and I heard negative things about his work ethic, if he could give us JaVale McGee type minutes, that could be huge for this roster, and it adds a lot of size. Maybe I inquire again about a Cam Reddish. I don't think he's in their rotation right now. Guys like that, I definitely look at. Of course, Kuz, if Bogdanovich not available, would be tremendous here as well. So, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Genie and Palenka putting on the season. Wait, what? Putting on the season? Crap. You said Lakers playing the wings they have as a result. They kind of look like an NBA team. Who would have thought? That is true. More wings is better. And, to contradict what Rob said that it was a guards league. Nope. It is a wings league, man. The most dominant players are wings or forwards. So, yeah, it's a wings league for sure. Crystal says, I really hope we keep TB. He is epic, and, man, he is good with them threes. I really hope they keep him too. They'd be dumb not to at least try to re-sign him because he's exactly the type of big we've been needing for years. High motor, very skilled around the basket. Can he improve a little defensively? Sure, but he's still relatively young, and part of that is due to his undersize. But still, I'll take it. I'll take it, man. 17 rebounds. Effort was off the charts. Love the effort. Y tu mamá también. Appreciate you, bro. He said, one thing we can fix right off of the bat is the turnovers. Some of them are so cringe. It makes me so frustrated to lose the ball so easy. That is true. I don't know why the Lakers do this, but it's like their brain shuts off and they just toss the basketball sometimes. There was one by LeBron as well that I was like, come on, LeBron, you're better than that. All you had to do was throw it high to Thomas Bryant. He kind of underhanded it to the opposition. And then the one by Dennis drove me nuts. So I agree, man. Some of these are elementary school type turnovers, man. I played in a tournament back when I was in elementary, and the turnovers were nuts, man. So that's what they remind me of. Like, what is this stuff? Like, who comes up with these type of passes? Why are they forcing the issue? Why don't they, why don't they value their possessions? That could be the difference in games. These turnovers add up. They turn into transition buckets for the other team, and it takes you out of rhythm as well. Tina says, Byron Barlow, there isn't a trade that makes them a contender this season. No reason to waste draft picks. I disagree, Tina. I disagree. There is a trade that makes us contenders out there. All right. I mentioned a couple of them that could help. All of that doesn't matter, though, because it's going to depend on AD and how he comes back. However, I'd much rather the Lakers roll the dice. Now, I'm not saying trade both of the picks, but at least one, It's not like we don't have – the Lakers are acting like they don't have more picks other than those. There's picks in between that are just not tradable. And by the way, you can still draft those players and eventually trade them if they turn out to be pieces. So I understand the concern about, holding on to your assets. But the way LeBron James is playing, we can at least afford to give up one draft pick, in my opinion. There isn't if the teams don't want to make a deal with the Lakers. Oh, trust me. Teams want to make deals with the Lakers. They just want a first-round pick. But if we can include a couple of other things and make some minor trades here or there, we also have second-round picks that we could move around. So there's a couple of things the Lakers could do. They have to get creative, though. Part of this, I think, could be because they just want to – part of me is telling me that the Lakers just – after Anthony Davis got hurt, they want to just use that as an excuse and sit on those picks because they're looking at the post-LeBron future. So, I don't know. He said Magic purged those contracts and waited outside LeBron's house at the free agent deadline. He said he did the work and wanted to fire Luke. Eventually, they did. He outed Rob as a backstabber. He's always been right, man. Yeah, I said it at the time. I remember. Um, I'm not mad at Magic for the way he quit. It's very eye opening, and I wonder what's going on with the front office that he did that. Yeah, we all want a good deal for sure. Hey Dan, did you hear about Clay wanting to join the Lakers? Yeah, I'm not gonna buy into none of these rumors right now till the offseason officially hits because we always hear these rumors prematurely and then nothing happens. So, and by the way, Clay Thompson, he's gonna want to get overpaid. He's coming off a major injury where he's probably never gonna be the same. Um, do we really want to get another injured player? I'm not sure about that. he said he said fraud Palinka. That's a funny nickname. Wins don't matter. The front office does nothing. One step forward, 5 steps back. I agree, Nick. I definitely agree. I could definitely see. I think. Sorry, guys. I can definitely see Kuz coming back, and even willing to take a discount just to be in LA. That'd be nice, man. That would be nice. Hope AD comes back soon. We are missing him. I agree, Crystal. Oh my goodness, I agree. Yeah, our defense is non-existent without having an anchor download of block shots. And I never took him for granted, but for the people that did, now you see what a mobile big man like AD who can switch all 5 positions, how crucial that is for the team. But yeah, I am going to do it, Byron. Appreciate you, man. That's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Enjoy this victory. I most likely won't see you guys after the new year, so happy new year to everybody, man. Much love. Make sure you guys do smack the like button. Truly appreciate it. And I'm going to go rest, drink some teas, and try to get better, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Much love, Laker Nation. See you guys on the next one, all right? Peace.